Hey everyone, it's Mike and Tony hanging out here in Rock Studio One, and today we're going to cut a video, a how-to video in our how-to video series up in our Knowledge Center on our website. And it's been kind of weird. This one kind of came the last couple months. We wanted to get this information out to you, and Tony, you've actually taken a few tech support calls this last couple months, and we kind of had a list of things to go over, issues that we were running into to get a Parker XTA unit communicating with our demo Allen Bradley PLC. So we're going to go through these issues, and hopefully this will help you in the future. You can scrub through. We're going to title them, and you can scrub through to where you want to go to kind of listen on how to get these issues fixed. The first one that we're going to take a look at is setting up the IP address in the device. It's not really a well-known thing in the manual or the help screen to kind of talk about how you set up this device up. But Tony, why don't you walk us through real quick on getting an IP address set up in the XTA?
All right, so I currently have Interact Express Manager pulled up on my computer. This is the software we use to program our Parker HMI. So I currently have the shell tab up, so we need to switch to the COM tab, and then our channel is called PLC and the device is called Demo. That's the Allen Bradley PLC. So I want to set the IP address for this PLC so it knows where to look to communicate. So I right click on my device, which is called Demo. I hit Edit, and then I'm on the General tab. You can see I've got the model, compact logics, and the ID. So the first part of this is the IP address of the PLC, and then comma 1. 1 refers to the rack that the network card is on. In this case, we have a built-in LAN port on the processor, so it's rack 1, and it's slot 0 because it's the same slot as the processor.
So you need to know that configuration of the PLC when you're trying to communicate from the XTA and the software to that PLC. You're going to need to know those two pieces of information.
Yeah, and okay. That 0 could be if you have a network card in slot 1. That last number would be a 1 instead of a 0. So that's kind of a helpful step there.
You know, Tony, another issue we have is potentially Windows can't make a decision on which Ethernet adapter to use in the XTA. The XTA comes with 2 Ethernet adapters. So another troubleshooting tip if you're not getting comms is you can go ahead and disable one of the actual Ethernet ports on this device. And because if you had them both enabled, actually Windows tries to make a decision which Ethernet port to use, the way tech support explained it to us. So we're just going ahead and making sure that we'll disable one of the ports if you're not using it, and then there's no other choice but the XTA to use that Ethernet port. So I'm going to have you go ahead and jump in and show you how to do it.
All right, so we are currently in the shell utility. You can get here if you have an exit button in one of your screens, or if you plug in via USB a keyboard and you press F10. So we're going to go into settings here, and then network settings, and then select our LAN port. There's 2 LAN ports on the back of here, and they're labeled as such, LAN 1 and LAN 2. So we're going to pick LAN 1. Parker recommends that you use LAN 2 to connect to your PLC. So we're going to disable LAN port 1. So I have it selected now, you can see. And then I hit Edit, and then select this Disable button, and then hit OK. And then in a couple seconds, LAN port 1 will be disabled.
Okay, Tony, let's go ahead and show them another issue that comes up and seems to happen a lot is when you go to download from your PC to the XTA, there's some things that need to happen in the adapter setting to ensure that we actually go ahead and get a good connection, and the XTA unit can actually pick the correct adapter when you're trying to communicate to the PLC. So maybe you could show us real quick how to set that PC adapter to default on a download.
Sure. Yeah, I'm back in the Interact Express Manager software we used to modify the HMI program. So right now I'm in the Shell tab, so I need to switch over to the COM tab. And then my channel, which is called PLC, you need to right click on it, go to Edit, and then click on the Network Interface tab. And then you should just set this to default when you go to download. These other ones are the Ethernet adapter on my PC. So if you set it to one of these, the HMI is going to try to want to look for these network adapters which don't exist on this HMI. So that would cause a communication problem.
Okay, guys, the final thing that we ran into, and in fact, it was on a support call where we actually went out to a customer site. We swapped an XTA unit and just put the old program back in the new XTA unit. The PLC didn't change. We got everything fired up, powered up, and guess what? No comms. And we're scratching our heads. We kind of went through the stuff that we did at the top of the video, and we're like, what the heck could be going on here? So one other thing to kind of take a look at, and I'm going to have Tony walk through, is I call it relinking the tags or re-importing the tags, so you can actually establish that connection at the end of the day. That's kind of what you need to do. And there's two ways to do it. There's an offline method and an online method. And I think, Tony, you want to show them maybe the online method first real quick and show them how that's done? That'd be awesome.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm still in the Interact Express Manager on my PC. I'm in the COM tab for my program. Under the PLC channel, I'm in the demo device, which is our PLC. So I right click that, go to Edit, and then I go to Logic Database Settings tab. And you can see there's two options here: Create Tag Database from Device and Create Tag Database from Import File. To do the online method, we want to have Create Tag Database from Device selected, which we do. And then we want to make sure we're communicating. So that's what we talked about earlier, setting the IP address. And then
maybe you want to go ahead and do a quick ping test when you're at this point too, to make sure you're pinging the PLC, right?
Correct.
Cool.
And then we just need to go to database creation, and then we hit auto create, and then the tags will automatically be through Ethernet imported from our PLC into the offline program.
Okay, awesome. So that's the online method. And then there's an offline method as well, where you got to get a file from Allen Bradley, and I think from a .acd, and try to create that L5K file. But maybe walk them through a little bit what you got to do on the Allen Bradley side, and then show them here on the software how that works to do the offline method. That'd be awesome.
Sure. Yeah, you would open up your Allen Bradley software. In this case, for the Compact Logics, it'd be Studio 5000. Open up your .acd file, which is the program file used to program the Allen Bradley PLC. And you hit Save As, and then there's a drop down under the Save As, and then you select L5K and then save off that file. And that's all you got to do to create your L5K file. And then to import that into our program for the offline use, go back into the device, which is demo, hit Edit, Logic Database Settings, and then you select Create Tag Database from Import File. And you can see it says .L5K right there. Hit the button to the side of it, select your L5K file, go to Database Creation, and then hit Auto Create, and then it will import the files offline, the tag files.
Awesome. So, and that was kind of a weird one. We had everything working great, and for some reason it just wouldn't connect. So with these four things that we kind of went over in this video, hopefully this will help you, maybe one of them or all of them, the next time you run into an issue trying to get a Parker XTA unit communicating to an Allen Bradley Compact Logics PLC. So thanks so much for watching the video, guys. I appreciate the time. Y'all did a great job. Thank you so much, Tony, for hanging out in the studio, and we'll see you all on the next video.